Hi all, and welcome back to Desktime's YouTube channel. In today's video, we'll answer the question that we get asked a lot. Does my business need time tracking? And the answer is no, it doesn't. Unless you want your team to work more effectively, to increase your company's revenue and profit, to plan your human resources more effectively, to keep an eye on your remote employees, and to protect your business in case of a dispute. Let's take a closer look at how your business can benefit from time tracking, and maybe you'll decide to give it a try too. 1. Time tracking has been a tried and true method to improve employee productivity and efficiency. People tend to waste a tremendous amount of time at work. It's been calculated that the average office worker wastes as many as 8 hours a week, which costs companies more than $8,500 a year on every person they employ. So imagine if you run a team of 20 people, that's $170,000 every year that are flushed down the, well, you know. Now, what happens when you use time tracking? It improves employee discipline. There's a study that showed that when employees know they're being monitored, they become more disciplined and more motivated to stay on task. So you don't even necessarily need to check the productivity data every 5 minutes for your team to work at full capacity all day, every day. This explains why companies that use time tracking report an instant 30% productivity boost in just 1 week. But before we continue, a quick note that if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Now let's get back to it. 2. By tracking your and your team's time, you can significantly increase your company's revenue and profit. A. Disciplined employees are more productive and get more done. B. If you charge your clients based on hours your team has worked, the data collected lets you accurately invoice them, and usually at a higher rate than what you would have estimated. For example, Desktime will provide you with data that shows exactly how much time you've spent on specific projects and tasks. You can download that data as a report and send it to the customer along with the invoice. By doing so, you'll eliminate unnecessary disputes and misunderstandings, as well as create a transparent and honest brand image. 3. Time tracking is a must-have for companies that value efficiency when it comes to resource planning. Stats show that on average, large IT projects run 45% over budget and 7% over time. Did you hear that? Nearly half of all IT projects end up costing significantly more than expected. The first step to improving these statistics is to start collecting data, such as how much time your team spends on certain types of projects, how much they end up costing, etc. That way, next time you'll be able to better estimate your future project costs and deadlines. Similarly, historical data from your time tracking software can make you rethink the allocation of human resources. For example, if your salesperson spends 90% of their time on a customer that generates only 10% of your monthly revenue, you may want to assign this time to another customer who's more valuable to the business. 4. Time tracking allows you to keep an eye on your remote employees and make sure they keep up with your expectations. The fact is that by 2022, as much as 60% of people will be working remotely. Employee time tracking makes managing remote workers easier, since managers can follow the progress of task completion without having to ask for a daily or weekly update. Employing a remote worker is different than having a person in the office. You can't just walk up to them and ask for a quick update. Even though most managers rely on their employees to stay on task, they still admit that they want to track their progress, just to make sure that everything goes according to plan and timeline. Monitoring software allows managers to take a quick peek at the out-of-office employees to make sure they spend their time on the right tasks. 5. The use of time tracking software may help protect your business in case of a dispute with your employees. In many countries, the law states if there's a dispute between employer and employee and the reason for the dispute is related to work hour infringements, the court will always first take into account the worker's position of weakness in the employee-employee relationship. For example, if an employee states that he or she has worked 48 hours a week, while the employer argues that it's been only 30, it's the employer's responsibility to present proof in the court. Long story short, it's in the company's best interests to track employee working hours. And if your company employs people in Europe, that's even required by law. The recent EU time tracking ruling states that all companies within the EU are obliged to track their employees' working hours. If you want to learn more about the ruling, watch the video where we explain it more in detail. You'll find the link in the description below. So this is it. Here are the 5 main reasons why your company should use time tracking. If you want to learn more about Desktime and how to quickly start reaping the benefits of time tracking, watch the videos that explain how to start with Desktime fast. And of course, don't forget to subscribe for the latest video content on topics like productivity, team management, business growth, and so much more. Thanks for watching. Hey YouTube, thanks for watching. Make sure to check out our other videos. You'll find everything you need to know on office productivity. And while you're at it, subscribe. We put out new videos every Thursday.